Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh and I sell used stuff on eBay. Today we got a little bit different video today. I am going to be looking at my top 20 categories on eBay for the year. So that's what we're going to be doing today, going over those. If you want to look at your top 20 categories you got a store and you're selling on eBay, you just need to be at your seller hub. Click on performance and then you're going to go down to selling cost. I got my computer down here so I'm going to be looking away from you guys a little bit, looking down there. Click on selling cost, and then we're going to be changing the date to this year. So, how have things been going? It is the end of June. We're about the halfway point of the year. Total sales, net sales, almost exactly the same what they were this time last year. So, that's totally fine. Average sales price is down a bit. We're down to $25.69, which part of that is because of kind of some switching over to focusing more on sewing machine parts and books, moving away a little bit more from clothing, doing a little bit less of that, especially the jeans that have that higher shipping rate. So I'm having that less of a total sales cost, but I'm also spending less on shipping. So it's kind of all evening out in the wash there. So honestly, pretty similar there. But anyways, let's start number one category for the year. This just finally became my number one category. Part of my goal this year is I wanted this to be number one because I think there's a lot of potential here for me it's the smoothest I have with anything that I sell. I've got all the processes down. I feel like if I had the sourcing down for it, I could hire somebody full-time tomorrow to walk in and they could totally pick up this thing. And that is sewing machine parts. Average sale price, $21.22. That includes shipping and taxes. I have 7 repeat buyers on the year, and that is from either people buying more than one part for their machine or from, got a couple of people that either repair machines or they got some sort of store where they do that. And they've came back a few different times, months apart for different machines and ordered parts. Sewing machine parts, number one category right now. Very happy with that. I think potential for a lot of growth there. Number two category is books and magazines. Average sales price, almost exactly the same, $21.58. As you know, I do sell a lot of lower dollar books. The lowest I will list a book for is $7 plus shipping. Now, I do have some books in my store that were listed originally at $4.50. That used to be my bottom dollar. I no longer list them that low because you can't really drop your price any farther below that and still make a profit. But at $7, I can still drop my price down a few dollars, still make a decent profit, and be just fine. Average sales price, $21.58. Now, books and magazines is actually a bigger category than sewing machine parts because it's actually split up into some other categories. We'll talk about that later. Like, for instance, I've sold over $50 of yearbooks already this week. And that's not included in here because that's its whole nother category that's not even in the top 20. But we'll actually see books show up another time or two in this top 20. But yeah, problem with books, in my opinion, I don't have the storage down right for them. I have sourcing down great, which I don't have for sewing machines, but storage not happy with right now. So I need to figure out something better. Number three is just kind of a fluke. This will not be in my top 20 next year probably, but it is fabric. Had a huge purchase of fabric last year that absolutely did great on that. 8 repeat buyers, average sale price $18.08. Very happy with this category, but I do not see this continuing on in the future, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. Number 4, something that has grown a lot. It's up 152% this year for me, and want to continue to grow this. This will probably be my number 3 category next year, and that is CDs. Average sales price, $18.44. Only thing about CDs is I'm beginning to rethink how I'm shipping them. Currently, I'm putting them in a box, but I'm thinking about putting them in a bubble mailer like a lot of the other big CD sellers do. I don't know. It just seems like the jewel cases will get broken too easily. Let me know down in the comments. If you ship CDs, what do you do? Bubble mailer, box? I don't know. I'm throwing that one around in my head right now, but very happy with CDs. I am sending a lot of those to Amazon and books as well. About 10% of my total sales right now is Amazon, so I'm happy with that, but yeah. Next category, what are we on now? We are flying through this. We are on 1, 2, 3, 4. Category number 5 is DVDs. So top 5 categories besides fabric has been media and sewing machine parts. Average sale price on DVDs, $17.54. For repeat buyers, which most of those are on my DVD lots. I think actually all my repeat buyers are on DVD lots. The big lots that I sell usually sell 85 DVDs for like 25 bucks. I sold 2 of those to Hawaii in the last month, so to the same person. They're shipping medium mail, so it's a flat rate. So shipping out there doesn't really make any, doesn't matter if it's going there or next door, it's the same exact amount to ship. Category number 6 is men's athletic shoes. I have been listing way less athletic shoes this year, partly because shipping them is getting worse and competition has gotten a lot worse on them. However, I did have a whole lot of new shoes that I picked up last summer that I've almost sold through all of now. And the majority of this sales has been from those new shoes. Average sales price, $48.74. Much higher, but also there's a much higher buy price, much higher shipping price. So yeah, and this category is actually down 61%. This was definitely in my top 5 last year. Next category is video games. Not the consoles, just the games themselves. Average sales price, $15.66. This is something I pick up when I can find it, but there's just a lot of competition for it. If I can find it at a good price, I will buy the video games, but it's not something I'm spending a lot of time thinking about or seeking out just because I know there's a lot of competition in this category. So I feel like my time and energy is better spent in other places. But if I'm at a garage sale or a thrift store and I see games for cheap, I'm just going to buy them because the process for the video games is pretty much exactly the same as the process for the DVDs. So why not do them if I'm doing the DVDs? Next category is men's jeans. Last year, I was trying to learn jeans. That was a category I wanted to learn, and I feel like I did learn them. I am still picking up jeans as I see them. I'm not spending much time. Really, this year, I've not hardly gone to the clothing thrift stores at all and spent time there. But I'm still selling jeans. Pick them up in bulk. If I'm at a garage sale and I see jeans, I go over there and I look at them, grab them. Average sales price, $34.94. Only one repeat buyer, which makes a lot of sense here. I am down 52% on jeans for the year, but I'm very happy with the way that category is going. Nothing I would really change there. Next category is kind of a fluke category. We'll have a few categories like that, kind of like the fabric, and that is not football, but sports, vintage sports programs. Excuse me. Vintage sports programs. So this came from, I got a big lot of vintage sports programs, and then I sold almost all of them right away to 2 repeat buyers, and I got one other one-time buyer here, but average sales price was $54.95. Absolutely great. I've got maybe another $100 or so of them listed. At the end of the year, this won't be in the top 10, probably won't even be in the top 20. Might be in the top 20, we'll see. But it was a good category. But once again, it's just the same as books and magazines, but it's kind of its own separate category here. But honestly, I would consider this just like the books and magazines. It's just sports programs. So what are we on? 5, 6, 7, 8. That was category number 9. So number 10, rounding out our number 10, is books and magazines, antique books. So just right here in the top 10, we've seen like 3 different book categories. Antique books, average sales price $22.72. My total sales in this category is down 1%, so basically nothing, and no repeat buyers here. Also, I haven't run any auctions in that category. Next category is video game consoles. Average sales price, $74.42. Love it to hear that. But yeah, not a lot to say there. Once again, I'll pick these up when I see them, but it's not a category that I'm spending a lot of time on. And honestly, I'd rather just get the video games than the consoles because those consoles take so long to test. My daughter loves testing them though. It's kind of a fun category to sell on. If it wasn't fun, I'd probably stay out of that category. Average sales price is great. They sell fast. as long as they're working, it's good, but a lot of times they don't work. So that is what it is. Next category. Absolutely love this category. Men's t-shirts, average sales price $18.77. You can store a lot of t-shirts in a small amount of space. My storage system, I feel like I've got it down pat. Listing, photography, shipping. This all goes very, very smoothly. Love this category. Absolutely great. I'm going to continue to do more of it. I am down 16% this year, but that's just because I'm not spending as much time sourcing clothing. I'm just not. I'm focusing more on the media, more on the sewing machines. But when I see the clothing, I'm picking it up, I'm grabbing it. So I feel like I know that category quite a bit better now than I did a couple of years ago. Don't find a lot of like high value vintage t-shirts in this area, but find a whole lot of $15 to $25 shirts. Next category is one that I've been getting a lot better at sourcing at this year. I've got a source or two that's bringing in a lot of these, and I'm learning some nuances that not everybody else is talking about with this category, and that is vinyl records. Now, I don't grade my records or anything like that. Hey, look, there's a cat. That's Kata, short for caterpillar. But anyways, back to it. Vinyl records, average sales price for me, $17.11. 2 repeat buyers. I am up 904% in this category. Very, very happy with it. Actually need to make up those some vinyl record lots. Ooh, next week. Let's do that next week. Next week I plan on doing a lot of music lots because my bulk music stuff is taking up a lot of space in the shed and I need to clear some space. Next category is men's coats, jackets, and vests. Even though it is summertime, this is still in my top 20 average sales price. Coats, jackets, and vests is $50.98. And I'm in Oklahoma. We don't even have like great winter apparel here. It's not as great as like if you were in Colorado or Washington State or somewhere like that. $50.98 average sales price. Very happy with that. It's a category I'm going to keep doing a lot of. Storage of them is not as good as it is with the t-shirts or even the jeans just because they're bulky and they take up a lot of space. But that average sales price, man, can't complain about that. Next category is women's jeans. Average sales price $24.18. I just find less women's jeans than I do men's jeans. I don't know if that's because I'm not looking through the right piles of clothes or what, but it's just the way it is. So, quite a bit lower than men's jeans. Next category is a fluke, kind of like some of the others, but that is headphones. It's because I got a whole lot of $100 to $200 headphones at the beginning of the year. And let's see, what is this category number 16, I believe? This is category number 16. It'll be out of my top 20 by the end of the year for sure because I don't sell headphones that often. Average sales price right here in this category for me is $166.04. Mostly because I had a bunch of big sales in this category. But headphones. Next category is action figures. I do really like this category. I'm trying to decide how much of this I want to do in the future though. I'm kind of trying to get away from less of the collectibles and things like that just because storing them's harder. Buyers are more picky in these types of categories. And also my average sales price here is not that good, $17.26. I am up 55% this year, but I don't know. I like the category, it's fun. But yeah. Next category, this is number 17, is women's athletic shoes. Just like men's athletic shoes, I'm sourcing way less of these just because there's a lot of competition right now in this category. It might be good here in a couple of years when there's less competition, but right now there is way more people trying to sell shoes than there are trying to buy shoes. That's my opinion. Average sales price here is $48.59. Big part of that is because I got a whole bunch of new On Clouds last year and I'm slowly selling through those, getting rid of those. Those are selling usually around $100, but they're keeping that average sales price up. Also, anytime you go to ship a pair of shoes, it's like $10. So that really, really cuts into your profit on the athletic shoes. It's a big part of why I'm trying to get away from them. They take up a lot of storage space. They're expensive to ship. That's why I've switched a lot more to my sewing machine parts of my media. They don't take near as much space to store. And shipping them's way cheaper and way faster. I don't have to build a box. I'm shipping shoes, I put them in a box. You got to get out the tape gun, tape the box shut. If I'm throwing something in a bubble mailer, just rip the little plastic piece off and shut it. It's easy. Category number 19 is a fluke as well. Heavy equipment, parts, and accessories. Majority of this is from one Kubota part that I sold, and then I have a few other smaller things in this category as well. Not going to talk about it because it will probably not even be in my top 20 within the next month or so. And then rounding out my top 20 is a category that I want to do more of this year, but it's actually down 4%, which to me is strange. I listed a lot of this year, and that is hats, although a lot of those listings have been in the last 2 months. Average sales price, $14.93. I really like this category going forward just because they're really easy to find for very cheap. Usually you can buy like 20 hats and make all your money back on one hat or 2 hats, and then the rest will just slowly sell over time. They are very slow sellers, and they do take up quite a bit of space whenever you have a lot of hats. However, listing them and taking photos of them is very, very fast, and getting them is really easy in my opinion. So hats, something I want to do more of moving forward. Athletic shoes, don't want to do anymore. But anyways, that has been my top 20 categories so far this year selling on eBay. What about you guys? Let me know down in your comments. What are some of your top categories? Where are you having the most luck with right now? For me, a lot of that is media and sewing machine parts, but also doing really good, with some men's jeans and some t-shirts. And I want to sell a lot more hats. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more videos of what I'm selling or what's working for me on eBay, go ahead and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.